All right, guys, here we go. Now, what does ratio mean? Who can tell me what a ratio means? Tell me.
Like the smallest to the biggest, like how much is in between, kind of?
Easier definition.
Or like if it was like there were like 4 blue balls, 5 yellow balls.
You're just making a what?
What's the ratio for the yellow?
Yeah, but what does that mean? Ratio, comparing, but what's even a better way to describe ratio is just a what? Well, actually, that's not a bad, I thought, but it's still just a what? That's what we're studying, guys, fractions. So a ratio is just a fancy way of saying write it as a fraction. All right, write it as a fraction. Now, some of you asked me a second ago, there's 3 ways generally we write ratios, but I'm only going to write it what? One way. And that one way is a what? Fraction. All right. Now, you can write it as A over B. Everybody can do this. A over B. And then someone already said, which I thought was very smart, there's a colon to make the comparison. Or you can write A to B. Those are your 3 forms, but we are just going to use a what? Fraction. We're always just going to write it as a fraction. All right, that's it. Now you can see how simple this is. All right. So when we write 8 pencils to 12 pens, we're going to write 8 pencils to 12 pens.
We have to reduce it.
But of course, we would always have to do what to our fractions? Simplify them. All right. So if I reduce 8 over 12 reduces to what? Say it again. 2/3. So it is actually in a ratio of 2 pencils to 3 pens. Those of you guys who said 4/6, you are correct. All right, but you always reduce it all the way down to simplified form, which just basically means you can't reduce it any further. All right, anybody have any questions with that? All right, so let's just go down the page for now. 27 rooms. Now notice what I'm doing, guys. 48 what? I'm writing it out. Don't be lazy. All right, it's important to write it out, and you'll learn why later. Now I'm going to reduce. What goes into 27 and to 48, somebody?
3.
3 does, thank you. 3 goes into 27 what? 9 rooms. And 3 goes into 48? 16, thank you, people. All right. Now, the reason why we're not using a calculator, because I want to practice. All right, I want to practice. Tonight, I'm going to what? Let you use your calculator. All right, I don't care about that. All right, but in class, we're going to go ahead and reduce. All right, so we're going to start over at the what? Nope, we're going to just go around the room now. All right, Wyatt, you're going to start us out, bud. So what do we have? Yep. And what is it reduced by? Come on now, they both, yeah, you can divide by 5. So 5 goes into 7, how many times? And then how many left over? 5 goes into 25. Good job. And then 5 goes into 10. With a what left over? Good job. Now reduce that again. That's right. 3 cats to 4 dogs. Perfect. Anybody have any questions with that? What?
I just did like, I thought it was like quarters.
Yep, that's exactly what I was just going to say. You're correct. You should have divided by what? 25. All right, 75 over 100 is 3/4. All right, next. Luke, you're up. Mr. Valdez.
7 makes it. 42.
I'm glad you said that, but we always read the first number to the second number. So it should be what? Right? That's correct. Mm-hmm. Yep, you're correct. So that says 6 flowers for every vase. Very good. All right, next. Keep us going. And what does that reduce to? Wow, good job. 2/5. Now, if you want to only write it once, I'm totally fine with that. Let's reduce the fraction and then write the words. But I wanted to make it a point. So 2 nickels for every what? 5 coins. There we have it. Number 11. Now, here I want to do something for you guys. All right. All right. It's a little bit harder now. Because these units, there is a relationship between gallons and quarts. Now, we have iPads, so I'm going to let you look this up if you don't know, but not right now. All right, tonight, look things up. All right. Is there a relationship between nickels and coins? I can't convert nickels to coins, correct? So, for example, flowers and vases. Can I convert a flower to a vase? No. Can I convert a cat to a dog? No. You see what I'm getting at? I can't convert rooms to windows and pencils to pens. But there are relationships between what? Gallons and quarts. Now, again, this is not something that's like the most important thing in the world to know, right? But it is important just for information. If somebody said quarts and gallons, what's the relationship? Do you know? Yes, ma'am. So everyone, if you didn't know that, write down 4 quarts is equal to 1 gallon. Right? That's what I want you to know. So now if you have 3 gallons, Evan, if you have 3 gallons, how many quarts do you have?
5.
Now, listen to me. No, we're not reducing, right? I want you to think about a gallon. Each gallon has 4 quarts. So if you have 3 gallons, how many quarts is that? Yes. Is everybody with me on this? Come on, come on. 12. So we would say, I want everybody to write 12 quarts to 15 quarts. Now, what happens to the quarts? They can now do what? Cross out.
By 3.
All right. No, literally the quarts over quarts cancels out. All right. And so, Evan, what is 12/15 reduced to? Bet. You're right. Dividing by what? Yeah. So what do I got? Yep. That's all there is to it. 4 to 5. What? If you have 3 gallons and each gallon contains 4 quarts. Does that make any sense yet? No, it doesn't. Here's 1 gallon. Do you agree? Here's another gallon. Do you agree? Here's another gallon. Do you agree? Each gallon has what? There's 4 quarts in here. How many in here?
Oh.
That's what you have to do. Draw it out if you're not sure about something. But sometimes you're going to multiply, sometimes you're going to divide. All right. What?
I just remember that there's 2 Kool-Aid packets in a gallon.
Good. All right, since we're not talking about Kool-Aid packets, I'm not sure how that's supposed to help me.
Because 1 equals 2/4.
Oh, that's a good way of doing it.
Right from there.
All right. All right, here we go. Now, you need to know the relationship between inches and feet. I know. All right, what? How many inches in a foot, do you know? Yes, 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. So if I have 3 feet, how many inches do I have? That's right. So now we have 18 inches to 36 inches. So now everybody just does 18 over 36. What does that reduce to?
6.
Uh-huh.
And the first one is 3.
And the second,
one is 6.
yep. So now 3/6 reduces to what? Yes. So the ratio is 1 to 2. That's all we're doing. All right. Here we go. Cups and pints. Do you know how many, what's the relationship between a cup and a pint? You are amazing. That is correct. So if I have 2 cups, let's think about it this way. If I have 2 cups, how many pints do I have? 1, right? So it's just 1 pint to 4 pints. And what is that the same as? 1/4. Now, some of you like saying, well, can I change 4 pints to 8 cups? And that would be true. And then 2 over 8 reduces to what? 1/4. Same thing. All right, I told you how easy this was. All right, now there's a relationship between pounds and ounces. You are amazing, girl. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And a pound is abbreviated LB for those of you guys who don't know.
Ounce is what you use for water.
Yeah. Drinking, yes, you can. All right, but your ounces, like when you say a 1/4 pounder with cheese, they're telling you that that meat weighs 4 ounces.
Oh, so
That's what that means. All right. You can say water can be fluid ounces, true. That's true, but it's not necessary. All right, that is a good observation though. That's generally because it's a fluid. All right. So here we go. If I have 3 pounds, then how many ounces do I have? 48, right. So I need everybody to put 48 ounces to 15 ounces. And now go ahead and reduce that for me, Lee. Yep.
16.
Yes. 16 over 5. Very good. All right, next. Pints and quarts. You know? Do you know how many pints are in a quart? Anybody?
4, 3, 5, 12.
Okay. So now do me a favor. I feel like we should be better at this. So everybody take out, just to show you how to look something up on your calculator, or not your calculator, but on your iPad. If you have your iPad, pull out your iPad. Come on, people, everybody should do this. And just say, how many pints in a quart? And it'll come up. What?
Oh, wait.
What does it say? How many pints in a quart?
not metal.
2.
2.
All right.
Yes, you did. All right, I was happy with that. 2 pints is in a quart. So if you didn't know that, we now can write down 2 pints equals 1 quart. Now, part of the reason why I'm asking you to look it up, because I understand we don't do this every day. All right, so it's a little bit harder. But the more you write it down, the more you might be able to remember it. All right, don't just not look something up when you don't know it. All right, tonight you're supposed to look all the information up. Any conversion that you don't know, you look up. All right. And then you make the proper conversion. All right. So now if you have 1 pint, you have how many quarts? Well, wait a minute. If you have 4 quarts, sorry. If you have 4 quarts, you have how many pints? 8, right? So now, where am I at? Yes. But what do we got? 1/8. That's exactly right. Yeah, plug your iPad in. All right. All right, Sadie, what do we have for ounces and pounds again? Look on your notes. Find somewhere where we did one with, we had pounds and ounces. What's the? That's right. So if you have 2 pounds, how many ounces do you have? You're amazing. 32 ounces is perfect. So now what happens? 8 and 32. What do you want to divide by?
Four.
Yep. 4 goes into 8 many times? 4 goes into 32. Yep. And now reduce 2/8. 1/4. Perfect. Everybody good with that? All right. So now one we don't use that much. All right. Does anybody know ounces and cups? What do you think it is? For sure. Anybody else? You make what? You make hot chocolate, so you need 8 ounces is 1 cup. All right, let's look it up and double check her. Since no one else is confident. How many ounces in a cup? Come on, guys, we're just practicing looking things up. How many ounces in a cup? Yes, that is correct. 1 cup has 8 ounces. So everybody needs to write that down so you remember that. 1 cup equals 8 ounces. So now we have 6 ounces to 8 ounces. Who was doing that one? Yes, you. So tell me what's next.
Would you multiply?
They're just writing as a fraction.
Oh, 16.
Yes, 6/8, and then you're going to reduce that for me.
Divide 2.
Yeah, 3/4. All right, that's my ratio. All right, now everybody look at number 25. Is there a relationship between pencils and erasers? No. So now we just are back to normal. So next, Miss Vaughn, go. Over. And then reduce that to what? How about there's something way bigger? Yes, good. What's the bottom one? Come on. Yes, 7 pencils to 8 erasers. Easy as that. All right, next, please. What do we got? Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, 36 cassettes,
Yep, 2.
260 CDs. How
Let's
many-
reduce that. What does that reduce to?
You can divide, 60. Okay, you can divide by 6,
Yep, and that would be,
6/10.
and then reduce that to,
You can do 3/5.
yep. So now you're gonna put 3 cassettes to 5 CDs.
Yeah.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Next,
26 tends to 65 kids.
right?
It's 26 over 26.
Does anything in common with 26 and 65? Well, how many times does 2 go into 65? Or I'm sorry, how many times does 2 go into 26?
13 times.
That's right. And guess what?
13 goes into 16.
How many times?
5 times.
Yes, there you go. All right, so you just got to be real careful with that. So my reduced fraction was what? 2/5, and then we have tenths, 2 campers. All right, next. You're up, Finley. How much? Wow, that's pretty smart, buddy. Divide by 15. I like that a lot. Yes, sir. 3 days. All right. You know, I'm not sure what the 40, I think it would be 45 days, but it doesn't have to be. It could be like 45 something else. Do you with me? So I don't know. I think that's kind of a silly question. I think they should have put something there. All right. So don't worry about that. All right. So this one I'm assuming is now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I think that's good observation. So if we put days on the top and the bottom, we can just then say it's just what? 3 over what?
5.
Yeah, 3 over 5. Same thing here, 112 pages out of 200 pages. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that together. 112 out of,
Oh,
no, that's what I'm saying, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make it out of pages. All right, if they were gonna explain, if it was a different unit, they would put it in there. No, actually, I did not. It comes from the book. All right, these are the prompts out of the book. So if we have 112 out of 200, all right, does everybody agree we can reduce that by 4? So 4 goes into 11 twice, 4 goes in with 3 left over, 4 goes into 32 8 times. And then 4 goes into 250 times. Now we can divide by 2 again. 14 out of 25. Is everybody good with that? Okay, so now we're on 35. All right, and we'll let you do this one. How many pounds in an ounce, or how many ounces in a pound again? Do you remember? Look on your, well, it should be in your notes. That's why I want everybody to make sure you're writing these things down so you don't have to keep looking it up. Here it is. You see where it was? You agree with that? 1 pound is 16 ounces. All right. So now we have 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And we have 6 pounds. Wow, very good. Very nice. 96 over 256. And then the ounces cancel, right? And now we just have to reduce. All right, what do you want to divide by first? Now, to me, what I always tell kids is that they're both even, right? Now, we also know that 16, listen, this is kind of silly. That's why I'm saying I don't mind sometimes. All right. So let's just take out our calculator now. We'll start using our calculator. These numbers are getting a little bigger. And I don't really care about it. All right. So now you just hit 96 fraction, 256, and then tell me what that reduces to. 3 over 8. Is everybody okay with that being 3 over 8? All right, so now, Jay, 9 gallons is how many quarts? Remember how many quarts in a gallon?
Yeah.
Right, so if you have 9 gallons, you're gonna have Now, come on now, each gallon, 1 gallon, here's how my brain works. 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So if I have 9 of these, that means I have 9 of these. See what I'm saying? So it would be 36. That's what I want you to think of. 36 quarts to 48 quarts. So what does that reduce to? What's your? Hold on, no, I want Jay to tell me the final answer. But then you can tell me if you have a question. What did you get for the reducing?
9/12.
9 over 12. And then that reduces to what? 3 over 4. All right, I'm happy with that. Anybody have any questions so far? All right, now you have to tell me the relationship between minutes and seconds. Maya, what are you thinking? 10 right. So if you have 10 minutes, how many seconds would that be? You have 10 minutes. Yes, you do. 10 times 60. Whenever you multiply by 10, you just add a 0, right? Yes. Now type in that on your calculator, 420 over 600. That's totally okay. Did you divide 420 by 60?
Yeah.
That's a good job too. So let me do that. I shouldn't have interrupted you. 420 divided by 60 was how many seconds or how many minutes? That's correct. So that was actually much quicker, 7 over 10. All right, 7 over 10. Because 420 is 7 minutes. Very, very good, actually. All right, 41. Here we go.
64 cups.
How many cups in a pint?
2.
2. So if you have 64, if you have 50 pints, you have how many cups? Or if you have 64 cups, how many pints? You have a choice. Now let's put this down. 2 cups is equal to 1 pint. So I like to say if I have 50 pints, then I have how many cups? Well, no, 100, right? So 64 over 100. And tell me what that reduces to. Well, just use your calculator. I don't even care. We'll speed things up here. We'll start using our calculator so we can get done. What did you get? 64 ABC 100. And your calculator will do the reducing for you if you didn't know that. 16 over 25. Very good. All right, inches in a yard. Who knows how many inches in a yard? Tell me. Yes, 36 inches is equal to 1 yard. So if you have 3 yards, how many inches is that? You can use your calculator. 108, correct? So I have 4 inches to 108 inches. So go ahead and reduce that fraction for me. No, just use your calculator. 4 ABC 108. Let's get it done. Yes, 1 over 27. All right, now 45. It says a homecoming game. There are 630 students and 100 or 1,080 alumni. Express the ratio of students to alumni in simplest form. All right. So, Wyatt, go ahead. How many students are there? Over. Yes. Now, do I have to do anything with those zeros or can I just cross those out? Yeah, cross them out. All right. So now type that on the calculator and tell me what it reduces to. Anybody else get 7 over 12? So now you have to put 7 students for every 12 alumni. Everybody's good with that? All right, now let's flip the page. All right, now this is just reading carefully. These are important though. It says, write a ratio of the number of gold medals won by the USA to the total number of medals won for the USA. So how many golds did they win? 35. How many did they win altogether? Right. So 35 over 103. Does that reduce? All right. So question B, write a ratio of the number of silver medals won for Australia. How many did Australia silver? 16 over the total number of medals won for Germany. How much? 48. Does that reduce? 1/3. All right, you're allowed to use your calculators tonight, guys. All right, use your calculators. What? Yeah, that's right. That's your job. Finish, guys. Yes, you got to have a little bit of homework tonight before you go out and steal candy. Finish the entire thing. All right. It's just, you can use your calculator, I said. Just type it on your calculator.
I'm taking no.
No, you're not.
Oh, I always did.